On paper, this is one of those matchups where, like, Hero really, unless Hero has Acceleratle on deck, Hero doesn't really have the mobility to be able to really keep up with ZSS sometimes. ZSS has buttons, she has speed, and she can get in there and pressure you.
Yeah, but one thing's gonna keep in mind, you know, you don't want to let the hero just pull out all his options on the menu because yeah, projectiles is gonna be a very based game right now for Sola. One thing he loves to do is look at that menu and make sure he has the right things at the right times, and he is very quick at reading. So one thing that WebbJP is going to keep in mind is if he wants to make sure that Sola doesn't get to play his game, he's going to have to start throwing out moves left and right and as fast as he can before he gets punished almost with that kaboom.
And now Solo going to be trying to get out of the corner there, but Webb stuffing out that double jump, going to be waiting to try to catch a landing, but still going to be able to reset the situation successfully. Right now, Webb trying to get a little bit tricky with the movement, just jumping in and then fading back with a beauty neutral B can really catch people throwing out preemptive defensive options. But when Yuzugasu having to get back onto the stage, has the right idea in trying to catch the flip kick, but is not going to be able to find it quite yet.
Yeah, and still in a very bad predicament right now is WebbJP, as that psych up just got taken away. But you know what? This is a good position right now for WebbJP as he gets the stun jab. Interesting option right there, but still gonna get put Sola in a bad predicament.
Yeah, it's only getting worse, yeah, so not going to even be making it back quite yet. WebbJP's just tracking that was so good. Even though WebbJP didn't find the edge guard, at least he got back onto the stage before Hero did. And that just allowed him to be able to find that ledge trap nonetheless. So right now, as Hero, you just need to be able to close out that big hit. But when Zigasuit is constantly in your face and not giving you the time of day to be able to do so, no double jump off stage. Oh no.
Such a beautiful display of ZSS play right now from WebbJP, looking so dominant in this game one after a pretty close start. The way, you know, these two were keeping it real close, but now WebbJP just slightly just understanding exactly where it is that Sola is going to be at every single time, and right now it's kind of running away with it as the bounce is going to take away some options away from ZSS, but not too many, as the up tilt is enough to seal ZSS's first stock. And now Sola in a bad predicament, but nothing that Hero can just change in the blink of an eye.
I really like the mid-range that, you know, WebbJP is really occupying against Sola, because it's just outside of the space that Sola is going to need to press any of his buttons, which obviously have a little bit more startup, but it's always still within WebbJP's immediate area of effect. So a lot of times, Sola is just not able to get any buttons out there, not able to pull menu, not able to charge anything, and just not able to initiate any hits on WebbJP at all.
Yeah. Right now, WebbJP just keep maintaining center stage, has his opponent at the corner at all times, going for it all with that flip kick. Not going to seal it there, but still putting Sola in a bad predicament as he has 62 off the back. One thing I love about WebbJP's play, as you mentioned before, you know, if one thing doesn't work, the next thing is probably going to work. He already has a reaction-based mindset where if I know this is not going to connect, bad predicament, snooze, not even going to go for it all right there. I mean, could have canceled out that menu, hope for another menu that would bring out the zoom, but not even going to try right there. WebbJP looking dominant towards the end of that game one.
Yeah, dominant is the best way to really put that. WebbJP just was able to get pretty close to Sola, make it really difficult for them to do any Hero things. We didn't see a lot of ooms, we didn't see a lot of psych-ups, we didn't see a lot of Acceleratle, which is really important to be able to match ZSS's speed. So once WebbJP was able to get that close, you know, they just made it that much more difficult for Sola to try to play the game. We're going to be seeing the switch to Corrin, which is actually a choice I agree with. This is a character with an excellent dash. You have better mid-range buttons. You have maybe a little bit more consistent combo games sometimes. This might be exactly what they need.
Yeah, one thing that WebbJP is going to continuously do is just play the mid-range game. There's no reason to approach. If you're able to find your approach, feel free to do so. But one thing that WebbJP has done perfectly in that game one, as you mentioned, was his mid-range game. You know, not forcing himself to approach too much, but just knowing when exactly to get in his face at the right place at the right time. And that's not going to be any different against a character like Corrin. You want to respect the range. You want to respect the combo game of Corrin, because you know, Corrin still excels. Not the best, not the character we once known, but still has some really good tools in her arsenal.
WebbJP, I really like how he's just been trying to catch a lot of these jumps coming out from Sola. Sola, I feel like, has been going for a lot of exclusively rising aerials, pressing maybe a little too many buttons in disadvantage, not fully recognizing just how close WebbJP was to them. And now WebbJP is just going to continue this onslaught. Beautiful stall and fall there to catch the back air. And again, this is all WebbJP right now. He's just moving around all of Sola's hitboxes.
Yep, and no reason to approach. WebbJP understands that all he has to do is tell Sola, hey, I'm not going to get in your face, and if you want to take this stock, you're going to have to find a way to get in my face. And Corrin, not the best boxer in the world, so, ZSS has already had close range game in favor of her, but that back air will be enough to seal the stock and practically bring this back to even. 34% is not that much against for a character like Corrin.
Yeah, I think that WebbJP was pressing something that he really shouldn't have a disadvantage for him to be able to get hit like that. Maybe just a little bit too slow on the air dodge. Nonetheless, right now this is what Sola is looking for. That is a zero suit stuck onto the platform, able to get these juggles, trying to go through the tech chase, is not going to be able to do so. But again, like these follow-ups, this pressure is not stopping. But that recovery mix-up was kind of key. Tether cancel and then jumping back in with the zero. Yeah, Sola was not ready for it. I got hit by that.
And the anti-air is coming into play right now. ZSS is really looking phenomenal as the forward throw is going to put Sola in a bad predicament, but still going to recover safely back on stage. Good stuff right there and good awareness from Sola. But now in a bad spot right now, as you sit at 121%, one burial, one bad positioning can put you in can potentially just take away the stock. Recovering. Oh, I like the option to go for uppy there. The invincibility frames just kind of save Corrin in that situation though.
We're playing so patient off the ledge though, but Sola's tracking so good. Right now, WebbJP is just trying to do anything that they can to be able to get out of the corner, but in that scramble, WebbJP is going to be the winner nonetheless, taking it out with an up smash. Right now, WebbJP really trying to fish for a falling neutral, falling forward at this point, maybe try to get something started, and a falling Zell is going to be exactly what they need to start their advantage.
Right now, WebbJP looking pretty clean, just looking for his openings, just like that. Getting the stun and then just getting a little bit more damage racked up, 42% right off the back, and then some, just tacking on all this damage and making sure Sola has no usage of his tools.
Oh, wow. Oh, I think WebbJP might have dropped down and tried to double jump from the ledge. Perhaps that was a root grab, but not entirely sure. And again, these Beetlejuice lasers, so good from WebbJP. Just so tricky with his movement every single step of the way.
Yeah, Sola's in a pretty tight spot right now, not really much options that he can go for, as WebbJP is just going for it all.
So dangerous, and Sola was not able to catch the air dodge back on. WebbJP was out of options in that position. Sola, look at where he is standing. They're just trying to wait for WebbJP to flip kick to get back onto the stage. They've conditioned WebbJP not to flip kick, and now how are they going to traditionally ledge trap is the question.
Wow, just go for it all. Why not? I mean, it's gonna pay off eventually. That up B out of shield was the answer, and unfortunate for Sola to go that way because he was holding on to shield, but he just let go at the wrong time. The right time for WebbJP, obviously. So it does pay off for Webb. I guess they're talking it out, trying to get a better mutual understanding about what just happened, not just with that altercation, but just the matchup in general. I mean, WebbJP is just so great of a player. He's willing to, give out advice. He's willing to just tell, what you could have done better or what, ways that you could have bettered your play for the matchup. I mean, ZSS is a pretty, I wouldn't say underrated because a lot of people,
there's a meme. Who's going to say that? Who's going to say that?
There's a meme that, she's top tier. She isn't top tier. I mean, she's a great character overall. I mean,